Hey everybody, and welcome to Motivational Monday. I've got to admit, I don't look very motivated, do I? The reason is I made a video today about the snow, and I took Trixie out and I videoed everything, and it was about a 30-minute video. When I tried to edit it and upload it onto my tablet, the file would not transfer. So I'm in the process of trying to upload it to my computer, and it's saying it's going to take 2 hours to upload it. So needless to say, I don't know if that video will be ready to upload this week or not, but I have spent the afternoon trying to fool with that thing, and I really didn't make a Motivational Monday video. So I'm not very motivated. So sometimes it's good to know that even life coaches are not as motivated as they need to be. I just washed my face and I'm getting ready to go lay down in my bedroom and read some. I've got a new book called The Unseen Realm by Dr. Michael Heiser, and I have waited until I read all my other books to start this one. I have followed Dr. Heiser for a while now, and he has gone home to be with the Lord, but I absolutely love him. I love his videos. I love his teachings. He's very grounded in the Word, and he is a Hebrew scholar. And I like to listen to people who know the Old Testament much better than I do. And he's really good, and I'm getting ready to start this book. Today, let's talk just a little bit. I did a little bit of research, and today is the day that the Anglican Church of North America commemorates Saint Agnes. Now, Agnes was a saint that was born, I think, in around 290 AD. Yeah, 290 AD. Her family was a family of Roman Christians. They were Roman citizens. And the Roman prefect's son saw her and wanted to marry her. Well, she had made a vow that she wasn't going to ever marry. She wanted to devote her life to Christ. That angered the prefect so much that he had her stripped naked and paraded through the streets and tried to put her in a place where she would be sexually taken advantage of, if you get my drift. Every time a man would look at her with lust, according to early church history, they would be struck blind. And she would pray for them, and their sight would be restored. I don't know the accuracy of that, but I do know some traditions believe that. So I'm just passing that along to you. The reason her story struck me so much was because Agnes was only 12 or 13 years old when this happened to her. 12 or 13 years old. Can you imagine that? And the prefect was so angry that all this other stuff happened, and they tried to burn her at the stake, but they couldn't get the fire to ignite. So the prefect was so angry that he beheaded her. So her life is worth remembering, because I think it's always important to remember those who go before us so we can study their struggles and know how to better make it through adversity, for lack of a better way to put it. When I was 13 years old, I don't know how on earth I would have handled that. I can't even imagine the strength that took to say no after you knew what the consequence for that was going to be, the courage that young woman had. The Roman Empire was known to be one of the most brutal empires that has ever been in power on the face of this earth. And although they said they promoted tolerance, they really didn't. They didn't tolerate things like this, because if a woman refused to get married, what that meant was that she was effectively refusing male authority. So what that meant was that she would be under no one's headship, I guess, if you will, for lack of a better word. Well, they couldn't have that back in the ancient days. They couldn't have that. They couldn't have a free-thinking woman doing things like that because women were supposed to get married and their property and everything would go to their husband. So the Roman prefect's son would not be able to get his hands on any of her dowry or any of her things that were going to go with her when she married. So it wasn't just the fact that this guy was possibly in love with her. It was everything that implied along with it. Now, what can we learn from a story like that? Well, we can learn bravery. The bravery of that young lady is unbelievable to me. And we can also learn what to do when we make a vow. She had made a vow to God that she would never marry, and she kept that vow, and she was willing to die rather than break her vow with God. And sometimes I think we don't take our vows and our promises to God very seriously. I know I have made promises to God and I have immediately forgotten what I've promised. I really try hard not to do that anymore because I've broken so many promises to God. I really try not to make anymore because I don't trust myself with making promises like that. The bravery that she showed is a good lesson for us today, and we can sure take a page from her book, if you will, of how to live our lives and how to stand strong when things come against us, because I've had a lot of things come against me in my life, but I have never been stripped naked and marched down the street or thrown into a house that was less than adequate. I have never had people try to bodily take advantage of me like that, and I can't even imagine. And what a lesson that is for us today when we feel like we are downtrodden or persecuted. We can take a lesson from some of these early church martyrs and know, we really don't have adversity, not like that. And guys, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I have already washed my makeup off and taken a shower, and I'm going to dive into my book. But God bless you all. May the Lord be with you. I love you guys. God bless you. Maranatha. Bye-bye.